recent years, VPN companies have been popping up everywhere, often with extremely aggressive advertising campaigns telling at best half-truths and in some cases outright lies. In this video, we're going to look at the claims these companies make and why you probably shouldn't give them your money. If you've seen a VPN advert for a VPN provider in the last 2 years, you've likely heard claims such as hide your IP address, become completely anonymous, avoid censorship, become untrackable to your ISP and government agencies, zero logs, become invisible. Almost all of these claims are false. Simply hiding your IP address will not make you anonymous. When you visit a website, they can gather far more information than just your IP address. They gather things such as your browser, your screen resolution, what add-ons you have installed, what operating system your computer is running, and what device you're visiting from. That's before even taking into account things such as logging into an account, signing up with your email address, providing payment information which will link back to not only you but your bank and all the information they have on you. Simply connecting to a VPN to change your IP address and location will not stop any of these things. I find it hard to believe that these VPN companies can even get away with advertising this kind of misinformation. It's crazy how quick they are to link changing your IP address to becoming untraceable on the internet. Not only that, but these websites can track you even if you're running a VPN through advanced cookies. Essentially, even with your VPN running, a website can put a small file on your computer, noting you as user 1234567, and see you connecting from your VPN's IP address. If you happen to visit that website again without your VPN active, and if the cookie is still on your computer, the website can now link your real IP address to the given user ID, and not only that, if they happen to know what VPN company the IP address belongs to, they can link you to using that service. In terms of normal websites, this isn't too damaging because they won't have the resources nor probably care to go looking that deep. But what it does mean is that you're not browsing anonymously. Your supposed anonymous browsing experience is compromised and you're paying for that privilege. If a government agency were tracking you, however, they would know which VPN they need to go to gain your logs, or to ban your account, or to start tapping that company's servers. And even worse still, right under these flawed claims, there will almost always be a giant countdown promoting some kind of huge 70% offer that you'd be a fool to miss out on. In actual fact, VPN companies rarely, if ever, charge full price for their service. It doesn't matter if it's NordVPN, Surfshark, ExpressVPN, private internet access, ProtonVPN, CyberGhost, all of the big names always have an offer running, whether it's Black Friday, whether it's just to keep up with the competition. They will never charge full price. They try to make it as if you're going to be a fool to miss out on this offer, when in actual fact, they never charge full price anyway. If you open a tab now and go to any of the previously mentioned websites, I can almost guarantee there will be some kind of counter ticking down or an offer available to give you some kind of false sense of urgency, thinking you need to buy now. They're essentially creating what's known as FOMO, fear of missing out, to dupe customers into buying. If you do happen to get sucked in by one of these offers, don't feel bad, because I think we're all tempted. But that's where the next flaw comes into play. When you sign up to your shiny new VPN for a lovely discounted price, you'll likely be asked to create an account, handing over things such as your name, your email address, and payment details. This is the crucial part. They will ask you for a bank card, your PayPal, a billing address. Some of the better VPN companies will accept cryptocurrency, which is definitely a step in the right direction. But again, they likely only accept the major currencies, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc., which are at best pseudo-anonymous and could still potentially link back to you. Not to mention, paying for a VPN in Bitcoin is probably a terrible investment. After all, you wouldn't buy a yearly license to Microsoft Word with a chunk of gold, so why do it with Bitcoin? The very best VPN companies will accept cash. Places like Mulvad do this, allowing you to put cash in the mail, which is the most anonymous way to pay for a service like this. But even then, it kind of defeats the point. The second you connect to one of their servers, they know your real IP address and know your location. Plus, they have all the information previously mentioned, such as your email. What purchasing a VPN really comes down to is who can you trust the most. With a VPN, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. If their servers are misconfigured, if there's a data breach, or if they're hacked, or if a government serves them with a warrant, all your traffic leads directly back to your real IP address. any devices you're connected from. Now, if you're in a country that censors the internet, like China or possibly Iran, a VPN might be the answer for you. It'll allow you to get around government censors, and they may be more trustworthy than your ISP. Now, the biggest counter argument people will be shouting out in the comments are, my VPN has no logs. They don't know what my IP address is. They don't know what time I'm connecting and what time I'm leaving. Whilst this is true, unfortunately, we can't verify it. We can't check the VPN servers to see if they are keeping logs or not. And independent security audits are rarely done by VPN companies to confirm their no logging policy. And of the companies that have had independent audits and passed them, these audits will likely only ever be done once so that they can use it in their marketing, or every few years. And by that time, if they fail the audit, it's too late. Your information may have been getting compromised for years. So it really comes down to having to trust your VPN and trust that your VPN is willing to go to court and risk everything to protect you and your data. There are plenty of examples of VPN companies that have claimed not to log and were later fined doing so, or VPN companies that didn't log, didn't comply with government warrants, so were just hacked anyway. Some VPNs that previously didn't log have been forced into logging by government agencies too, and as part of the gag order, the VPN and their employees are not allowed to say anything about it. If you really want to stay safe and secure whilst using a VPN, don't do anything on it that you wouldn't do whilst not using one. Don't share sensitive information, and don't have sensitive communications. The best use of a VPN is to get around censorship firewalls, access content that's region locked, connect to different game servers, get around bandwidth restrictions, or take advantage of regional pricing to perhaps get plane tickets cheaper or something like that. If you really want to be safe and secure on the internet, use Tor. Now, for anybody that thinks they're going to use a VPN to protect themselves when they're out and about using their mobile phone, I thought I would include this bit just to show you why that is a horrific idea. It will not work. It's not designed to work, and any VPN company that tells you they can protect your phone is lying. So a mobile phone is obviously connected to the cell network through GSM, and essentially what a government agency would do, or a police force would do if they wanted to track you, is they will ping your phone. Now, cell towers ping your phone when they're forwarding a call, but what the police will do is ping your phone in a way that it doesn't trigger a call on your phone, but your phone will respond. So the police are going to ping your phone. From multiple cell towers, and your phone is going to reply to them, being none the wiser that it's currently under attack. Now, the only way this is successful is if the police can triangulate your position. Having one cell tower know your position gives a rough estimate of where you are, but isn't really helpful. The same goes for two. It narrows it down a bit more, but it's not useful. You wouldn't want to send in a search party on such a wide area, so they use a third cell tower to really lock down where your phone might be. So essentially, they're going to have one cell tower, this one, and it's going to send a ping to your phone, and then a little circle is going to be drawn around it to show the distance where that phone could possibly be. Let's call it 2 miles. So that phone is within a 2 mile radius of that cell tower. They then send a ping to your phone again from a second cell tower, and your phone sends a ping back. Now we have 2 locations your phone can possibly be. It could be at location 1 where the 2 circles overlap, and it could be at location 2 where the 2 circles overlap. Now those are possibly miles and miles apart, so sending someone to search for you there would be a waste of resources. So they can just simply send a ping from a third cell tower, and they get your location. They send a ping to your phone replies, and they now have 3 points of reference with distances that your phone is from those cell towers, and they can now triangulate your location. A VPN will not stop this. A VPN is going to encrypt your internet traffic. It is not going to do anything to prevent your phone talking to mobile phone masts or mobile phone towers. That is a completely separate thing. One is done through the Wi-Fi chip or the 3G, 4G, 5G chip on your phone, and the other one is done through the cellular network. So if you're sitting here thinking that a VPN is going to protect you against any kind of attack like this, think again.